Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Rohan Khandelwal, your marrow surgery faculty. And welcome to this much awaited session regarding the revision strategy for NEET PG 2023 using marrow. Now, this is the first part of a two-part series session. So the second part would be held in December. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Sakshi and Dr. Rakesh. I think so all of you are looking forward to hearing Dr. Rakesh and how he would approach revision in the next few months. So, without wasting much time, we will start with the session. I would just like to highlight that this session is for NEET PG only. We are not entertaining questions regarding next PG. We will conduct another session once we have more concrete information regarding that exam. So this session is only meant for NEET PG 2023. Now, in the recently concluded World Cup, you must have heard a lot of players and the commentators talking about the process, right? And we also talk about setting a process in place. So that is what we are going to do. We have divided students into different categories, which Dr. Rakesh is going to elaborate. And we are going to provide you with a broad overview and a process which you can follow. And if you work hard, then you will see that results will also follow soon. Okay. So welcome, ma'am, welcome, sir. Over to you to take the session forward.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rohan. Thank you so much, Dr. Rakesh. Now, I think everyone is waiting here to hear from Dr. Rakesh. So I think it's better that Dr. Rakesh takes this session forward.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Rohan sir. Thank you, Sakshi ma'am. So it's a nice session. Like everyone is like awaiting this session, I heard. So it's really nice. So this session is essentially centered around revision. There's been a lot of hype around how can we study, how can we revise, how can we revise. So let us just try to keep it as simple as we try to do with most of the videos. But sometimes what happens is it goes out of hand. So this whole idea about revision. So the very basic meaning I discussed in the revision videos is you're revisiting the topic. That's what you mean by revision. So for the purpose of our discussion, we are now classifying students into three different categories. Okay, category A, category B, and category C students, because every student cannot have the same plan. So inside category A students, we have included people who are very seriously preparing, who are well and truly on. Okay, well and truly on. They have prepared and they have given INI CET, and now they have another 110 days to give NEET. They've already had a study pattern. They know their study pattern. They're following the question bank. We've seen a bulk amount of the videos. So they will fall under the category A section, and we'll discuss as to what to do with the category A section. Category B are people who have started preparing sometime in 2022, maybe early half or mid of 2022, have watched random videos, not every subject properly. With their limited knowledge, they've gone and written INI exam and have come back, have got some experience out of the INI exam. And they feel that, okay, they are in with a realistic chance because they've studied something. They're not very clear about their preparation, but still they feel that with 4 months to go, they are in good shape. They are category B students. Category C student is somebody who has not started anything, with just vague ideas about the exam, and now thinking about like, what can I do in the remaining 4 months? Is it realistically possible for me to give a good preparation and go for this exam, which might actually help me this year or even can help me for the next exam? So that is what category C student is thinking. So we are having three categories of students here, A, B, and C, and we just try to see how can we make the revision process interesting for the category A, category B, and category C students. So the major issue which many of the students I feel they think is like, we have studied something that is not per se, we can't revise it in the limited period of time, or it's not a doable kind of thing. There is so much of volume. So essentially for our individual subjects, what we want the student to do, we'll do a separate small session on that towards the end of the program. But in the beginning, let us try to see how we can arrange these students and how we can make a plan for each of these students. So the category A student. Category A student is somebody whom I've said, who is actually in a pretty decent phase. For him or her, the essential part to be done in the next 110 days is to try and revise as many times possible. Okay, so to try and revise as many times possible means to maybe go for one revision inside 2 months, another revision probably inside a month, and the last revision maybe to the last 15 or 20 days prior to the exam. So probably try and do 3 times. Now, inside these 3 times, how we look at individual subjects, we'll see later on. but you will be yourself having a study material with you, right? That study material, how you actually take it forward and revise is the key. So 60 days you have with you. Inside those 60 days, how you are going to revise from what you have studied so far. So the essential onus is on the topics that you have studied from the original material that you have used for preparation. So whatever is the original material that you have used for preparation, that same original material you have with you, and then just close your eyes and think of what comes to your mind with respect to that. If you want, you can even scribble it down and see whether you are having reasonable understanding and doing your questions. Because probably, I think as most of the others would also agree, 60-65% of the time you're doing questions, 30-35% of the time you're actually reading. So that is what we advise for a category A student. In that context, you keep pushing with your preparation and see where what you can't remember, you probably, I think, can actually take a bit more time and revise. What you remember, you can actually push on. So I think that would be the most basic way of looking at it. I'll actually invite Rohan sir to give his points on this and take the discussion forward.
So thank you, Dr. Rakesh. So Dr. Rakesh has mentioned that the broad outline for those who've already prepared, we want you to revise 3 times at least. And you need to understand that without revision, you cannot get a good rank. So revision is the key. And this is a beautiful quote which says success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, but what you do consistently, right? So that is why you must have seen all these cricketers. They do a lot of net practice. They play a lot of practice games. Then only they can perform in pressure matches. So the same holds true for you as well. When you revise, when you do more questions, that is when you will perform well in the exam also. Now, for those who've already finished all the subjects, the first revision, the 2 months, what we want you to do is to see the MCQ discussion videos at 2x. Do the recall videos which are there on the YouTube channel. The INI CET recall videos also would be made live soon. So watch all the recall videos. I would say at least 3 to 4 years of recall videos and at least 5 years of previous year questions you people should be thorough with. And when it comes to previous year questions, not only NEET, but also the INI CET/AIMS exam, I would also say FMG, because a lot of times we undervalue the FMG exam, but a lot of those topics are repeated in the NEET PG exam as well. So there's no harm in solving the NEET PG questions. And I would go a step further in saying that please do the UPSC CMS paper as well. This time also I told students to do that paper, and lots of questions came in the INI CET exam directly from the topics which are asked in the UPSC CMS paper. So do those questions as well. So notes towards the end, we will talk about individual subjects of how to deal with the notes, because we have got a lot of queries from you saying that the notes are bulky. So we will discuss in detail. Give us some time. We will talk about how to deal with the notes as well. Plus, you have to do the bookmark MCQs. Now, my conversation with toppers last year, the year prior to that, everyone said that in the first time when they were doing the Q Bank, they had almost 2,000 to 3,000 bookmarked MCQs. That was a very standard figure. But what you need to do is that every time you are revising, you need to cut down that figure by at least half. So the first revision, they came down to 1,000 or 1,500. The second revision, they came down to 500 probably MCQs, which they saw right at the end towards the last 10-15 days. And most of them were either previous year questions or they were topics which they were finding difficult to memorize. So the first revision is 2 months. Second revision is going to be 1 month. And here I want to talk about 2 very important things. One is a 20th notebook. If you people have invested time previously in making a 20th notebook, it will make life very easy for you. Now is not the time to make the 20th notebook, right? Or some people call that choti book. So now is not the time. This exercise should have been started months back or years back. And also one more thing which I want to tell you is that a lot of people are discussing on various groups that some senior can give me their 20th notebook, right? Or they can give me their marked first aid. But you need to understand that this 20th notebook and first aid should be tailor-made for you, right? If supposing I were to make a notebook, I would have different topics which I would find volatile and difficult to remember as compared to say Sakshi ma'am or Rakesh sir, right? So if I share my notebook with them, it might not be useful for them. So this is an exercise which you should have done previously and then it would be useful. Starting now, a 20th notebook would not be useful. Better than 20th notebook would be the revision videos which the faculties have made for you using their experience and knowing what is asked in the exam. Similarly, first aid, if you've utilized first aid for INI CET, continue using it. But if you haven't worked on first aid till now, I would not recommend it for the NEET exam as well. Okay. Again, second revision, bookmarked MCQs and highlighted portion of notes have to be done 1 month for the second revision. The third revision is like your last minute strategy. This is last 10 to 15 days. Just your 20th notebook on first aid if you've already been using it. Previous year questions are extremely important. You have to do last 5-year questions in the last 15 days or so. And the important pearls. So this would be our strategy for those who have already finished the course once for INI CET and are now preparing for the NEET PG exam. One advice to all of you is that this is the category of students where there is a maximum chance of getting a burnout. Where you've already done the course, you will get your INI CET result. If that result is somewhere in between, that will, probably hamper your studies further. And because you've done everything, that inertia is going to be there and you might get burnt out. So always divide your day. There should be an ideal mix where almost 60% of your day to 65% is spent in doing questions, and only 30 to 35% you are doing, you're reading your notes or revising the notes. So try to add variety to your day so that you don't get bored and you don't get burnt out. So that was regarding category A students. Now the second category of students are those who have not appeared for INI CET but have done a few subjects. And as per our information, this is the major bulk where something has been done, but something is left out as well. So Sakshi ma'am, would you please elaborate on how these students should proceed over the next 3 months?
Yes, Dr. Rohan, and that is maximum queries what we are getting here in the comment box also, that students who have done a few subjects who didn't appear for INI CET. The first thing what all of you are going to say to yourself is, yes, you can. Only if you believe that you will be able to do it, you will do it. So for these category of students, you have to use the intern mode for major subjects. Now, what are the major subjects? And only for those subjects which you've not covered till yet. For example, if you've not covered entire medicine till now or entire OBGY till now, you are going to use intern mode for such subjects. In major subjects, we are including surgery, OBGY, medicine, pharmacology, pathology, community medicine. These are the subjects, pediatrics, we are including in major subjects. So these are the subjects where you have to be really confident. See, that is the difference between INI CET and NEET. In NEET, you are going to get around 40 to 45% questions from these subjects. Rather, I should say you're going to get around 55% questions from these subjects. So you cannot leave these subjects. You have to complete these subjects with the help of intern mode. Now, as Dr. Rohan also rightly said, that for these subjects, you are going to use your original notes, and the subjects and the topics which you've not covered, you are going to do them through intern mode. For rest of the subjects, like the which we call as the minor subjects, psychiatry, anesthesia, dermatology, then we are also including forensic medicine, orthopedics, ENT, and ophthalmology in these subjects. For these subjects, you are going to do revision videos plus MCQ discussion videos plus the Q bank. All this you are going to target, and you are going to try to finish your first compilation of your notes, first going through of all these videos up till December end, or maybe maximum you can stretch it up till 15th of Jan. Now that is going to leave you with 1 month for first revision. So from 15th of January, probably you can start your first revision going up till 15th of Feb, and then you can plan your second revision. Now, how are you going to do your revision, the first revision? For first revision, again, we want you, this is the category of students where we want you to watch the revision videos for your revision, because you have only 1 month for revision. You might not get a chance to revise your entire notes. So in that case, you can take help of the revision videos and the notes which are provided to you in the form of PDF for those revision videos. The other day, we were also discussing that those PDFs, you can take a printout of those PDFs, keep it with you, and you can use it as, your source for revision during the first revision. And in the first revision, you are going to do all the bookmarked questions. You are going to do the MCQ discussions again during your first revision. So that is how your first revision is going to be covered in 1 month. So then comes your second revision. In second revision, which is going to be hardly, you are going to get 20-25 days for your second revision. You are going to do previous year questions, bookmarked MCQ, pearls, and you are going to refer to your 20th notebook. So that is how you are going to cover all subjects, remaining subjects, which you are going to target till December end or mid of January. And then you are going to do your first revision taking 1 month, and then your second revision taking around 20 to 25 days. I think this is what they can do best. What do you say, Dr. Rakesh?
I think with respect to these subjects which are actually being shown in the slide, we have a look at the INI paper and look at the NEET paper. The cardinal point of difference between INI and NEET paper is INI is a paper which focuses on pre and paraclinical subjects more. And essentially, that is like stock questions, stock topics again and again coming up. NEET is a paper which is very much clinically oriented. It's been like that since 2020, which is very clinical. We got clinical questions more. That means medicine, surgery, and gynec is your core focus, and pediatrics also. These 4 subjects are going to be your base. And the other questions from pre and para are in some way or the other related to these major 4 subjects. So if you're actually doing these subjects properly, that gives you really, really good solid base to actually attack. And all the other subjects which you can actually see over there, dermat, orthopedics, psychiatry, radio, forensic, ENT, ophthalm. Let me just tell you that the revision and MCQ videos have been done in such a systematic fashion that if you just follow it without having watched any of the original videos and solve the stock questions in the question bank, you are going to be more or less safe. Because there is no student going into the exam who is weak in psychiatry or strong in psychiatry. You can only come up to a level in psychiatry. More than that means you have to be doing a PG in that. Even the topper and a student who is way below, if you come with respect to their knowledge in forensic medicine, will be the same. The difference making subjects are more or less the clinical subjects. So these many subjects you can actually revise in one single go. You can just solve the videos, the question bank, and the MCQ discussion, with which you can actually do it in a very, very short period of time. The onus, on the other hand, has to be towards the clinical subjects and seeing whether you have understood the soul of that particular topic, the soul of that particular chapter inside the subject. So let me just tell you that you can divide subjects into 3 categories as we have divided students. These category of subjects, dermat, ortho, psychiatry, are the ones which you can do it in no time. Give maximum onus on the major clinical subjects as we have discussed, and what to do with the pre and para and how to integrate that with the core clinical subjects. We'll have one more session on that. But for the time being, please try to give maximum onus on the major clinical subjects and give very little time to this, which you can actually finish in one go. Okay, so I think with that, Rohan sir, we can move to category C, I guess.
So I guess we are getting a lot of questions regarding those students who are starting now. Now, I fail to, I don't think so this is going to be a huge number. There would be some students, okay, because of certain reasons who are starting now, but I still believe that everyone would have done some or the other subjects. So you fall in the second category, which we just finished, where we told you how to go about the revision and which subjects you can see just from the revision videos, MCQ discussion and QBank to save time. Now, if you're starting now, the best thing to follow would be the intern mode. Now, intern mode is a mode where some of the video lectures have been replaced by QBank modules, right? Where the team thought that if you just do those QBank modules and you read those explanations, you would have the similar level of understanding as you would have by watching the video, and you would end up saving time. Now, the major subjects, that is medicine, obs, gynae, surgery, PSM, patho, pharma, physio, and anatomy. At least these subjects we would want you to watch from the intern mode, means a mixture of videos and the QBank, okay? And the other subjects which we mentioned on this slide, that is derma, ortho, psychiatry, radio, forensic, ENT, and optha, these you can just rely on the MCQ discussion, revision, and the QBank videos. So if you combine these two, this will enable you to finish your course in around 60 to 70 days. If you do a combination of this, maybe 80 days, it still leaves you with 20-25 days to revise. Okay, so that would be our advice to those who are starting now. Rest of the subjects I've already told you, you're just doing MCQ discussion plus Q bank and the revision videos. Some of you might not be aware, those who are Plan C users, you all have got an email regarding the PDF of Edition 6 notes, Edition 6 revision notes. So a lot of you are writing to us on our social media handles that how do we get the PDF? The PDF has been emailed to you. Please check your email and you can utilize that PDF. Those are concise notes which you can easily revise as well. Like I said, try to leave yourself at least 1 month for revision, where you will do previous year questions. Again, like we said, 5-year previous year questions, bookmarked MCQs, and you will just go through the revision video notes PDF. Now, Dr. Rakesh, before I proceed, there is one question which is repeatedly coming up in the chat, that instead of the intern mode here for medicine, is it fine if they do Med 80?
Yeah, so I was about to actually start off the discussion, and many of the students are actually asking me this. See, MED-80 was done last year with the idea of helping out students who are actually short on time. MED-80 is the one to go for if you are not actually interested in this descriptive pattern of learning. I am a person who actually goes on with case scenarios, descriptive pattern of learning. To just actually invite students who are short on time, we have done MED-80. MED-80 has all the necessary points that it actually takes you to crack the exam. So we just tell you that there are 3 kinds of chapters in medicine. The extreme high yield, that is nephro, endocrine, hematology, the midsection, cardio, neurology, and then of course a little on the lower side, like respiratory system, rheumatology, and gastro. So out of these 8 chapters, major chapters, we have 3 big subjects, 3 big chapters, 2 interim chapters, and 3 again lesser importance. These 8 chapters have been done at say around 10 hours per each chapter. So if you actually watch the 3 majors at around 10 hours per each chapter, and hematology, you can actually skip a lot because there is a lot of cross overlap with patho. You will be easily able to actually cater to a large number of questions. Because when I started doing the videos where you had 300 question exam, I was trying to cater to almost 120, 125 questions out of the 300. That is how I started doing these videos, connecting into a lot of other things, a lot of patho, a lot of pharmac, a lot of physio, a lot of anatomy, biochemistry, etc. So I think they're definitely worth their weight in gold. So if you're following MED-80, that is, I think, the best thing that you can do. Don't hesitate. You can finish off the entire medicine in 80 hours, and there is nothing pegging you back. It is just that you have to generate the idea and apply the idea for the exam. So I'm perfectly okay with that. MED-80 was done with that intention. It is there in your app. Notes are also there with you. These 3 chapters at least, nephro, endocrine, hematology, please be pakka thorough with that. That is going to be the most important of it. Cardio, neuro next, and then rheumatology, gastro, and respiratory last. So this is how I would actually space it up. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Go ahead and do MED-80. That is the best answer if you have not done anything so far.
Sir, how much time will it require for somebody to finish MED-80? Supposing they're putting in 6 hours every day, along with questions, how many days would it take to finish medicine?
If you are actually following MED-80 with questions 6 hours every day, in approximately 15 to 18 days time, you can actually finish off MED-80. That's what students who have actually gone and cracked the exam last year have told me. So if you are consistently doing every day without fail, you should complete in 15 days. In case 1 or 2 off days you have in the middle, you should be able to complete within 18 days. 18 days is max to max. So within 18 days, you are actually done with it, which you can again revise from the notes once more or maybe even twice. And that will give you like a lot of advantage going into the exam.
Perfect. So, sir, we'll talk about MED-80 again in more detail. We are just going to hand it over to sir. So, again, for the final category students who are, just starting now, I think so it is better to take a leap of faith than to take a leap of doubt, right? You have to believe in yourself that you can still finish the course and you can still do well. Yeah. And all of us, all 3 of us have heard a lot of success stories where students have done wonders in 3 or 4 months. But the biggest thing there is that they believed in themselves and they had a plan in place which they could implement. Okay. So it is better to plan and then give it your all in the next 100 to 115 days. So Rakesh sir.
Here, I'll just add one thing that you have to take each day as, you have to plan each day just now. every day you have to plan that this is the way I'm going to study, and make short plans and just try to achieve those small goals which you have set for yourself. So if you take these 3 months in the form of single days, you have approximately 110 days just now, and 110 days is not less. So plan these 110 days properly and you will be able to crack this exam.
Right. So now we move on to our individual subjects, right? A lot of queries have come regarding how to revise these big subjects. So over to you, Rakesh sir, of how to go about revising medicine. And again, if you could re-emphasize regarding Med 80, because again, the chat box is full of that. Is it enough? Because some students have this FOMO that, other students are doing the entire videos and we are just doing Med 80. So if you could just elaborate on that, please.
Yeah, so before setting up with a plan for revision, let me just tell you that Med80 has the same core content as that of the videos. Let me just tell you, it's very much the same core content. It's the same person who has taken me. So I basically cannot hold myself back from talking something if I want to. So you can actually have full faith in that. Med80 is based on the same platform. It is based on the same standard. It is of the same level. Only thing is that elaborative case-based discussions are not there in Med80. Med80 is more fact-based discussion. The original videos are more case-based discussion. So here, when you get the facts, you may have to take that extra step of applying it for the exam, which in any case you have to be doing. So I'm again and again telling you, if you have not actually watched any of the videos, you're just following the questions and you're feeling that you are lagging behind a bit in medicine, because medicine and related questions will come to almost 75 out of 200. That's what I feel, almost 80 out of 200. It's a big number. So you just cannot actually lose that. And there'll be a lot of physiopath or pharmac related stuff in that. So if you are not watched any of the things and you want to start fresh, please take Med80. There are 8 chapters, each into 10 hours. You can just get it done. There is nothing holding you back. And I have put it in the order of easy to tough in Med80. So the chapter which we start off with is gastro, where the predominant questions are surgical. So the medical part is actually very easy there. So we've started off with gastro and slowly gone on. You can very well see. People who have already watched the video have not finished the video. They are the biggest group. When we started off, watched a few videos and not finished the videos. Just ask me. I'm just asking them to again divide chapters into 3. That means the top chapters, the most high yield chapters, nephro, endocrine, and hematology. The mid chapters, cardio and neuro, and the less important ones, that is respiratory, rheumatology, and gastro. In terms of question weightage of the last 3-4 years, that's what it means. Now, once you have that, you just see where your preparation stands with that particular chapter. For example, endocrine, you have watched a lot of videos and not watched the remaining, and you have notes with you. You just try to see through the remaining notes of the videos that you have not watched and start solving the questions. And when you solve the questions, you feel that, okay, this particular question section, I'm getting a score of say less than 50% or 35%, 40%. Just go and watch that. If you don't have time, just go to Med80 and watch that, because the videos are more or less the same. So you can again go back and watch that in Med80. That's more than enough. If you're getting a reasonable score with the notes, that's more than fine. If you're already having a notes of yours, you just doing the questions with the help of those notes, that's more than enough. So please don't look into the kilogram weightage of the notes, or these notes are more weighing with respect to another faculty, etc. Please don't think that way. It's just about you completing this. Okay, so completing this with a proper roadmap. That means the idea has to fall into place. That is the only thing. The soul of the topic has to be pakka. That is all what I'm saying. The mid chapters, that is cardio and neuro, they are actually what we consider more important with respect to MBBS learning, but with respect to the entrance, they are not as important as nephro, endo, or hemat. Cardio and neuro both have been done in 10 hours inside Med80. Or if you watch the original videos and you're having the notes with you and you've written the notes yourself or having the notes, please keep that, plus read it once more and just keep solving the questions. If you feel that any particular section like valvular heart disease or cardiomyopathy you are lagging behind, please go back and watch that video. Again, I don't know why some students think that, okay, I will not be as good as my peer if I watch Med80. That's completely wrong. Everything is actually the same. It is that I have tried to modulate my way of approaching the topic in 2 different ways. That's all. The essential topics are all the same, and you can watch the videos. They are not making even 1% difference. Okay. And then, of course, third in the list would be respiratory, rheumatology, and of course, gastro. So respiratory, again, you have stock questions, not too much of importance, and it's been done in a very short and crisp fashion in both the original section as well as in Med80. So even if you've not watched it, you can always go back and watch that. And again, if you're having the notes, is reading through the notes and focusing on certain 3 or 4 topics which have been again and again asked in previous year's questions is more than enough. Please take it out of your system that it is not possible to revise. I think if you can leave yourself 15 to 20 days of time, you can revise everything pakka, have your notes, and then mark it on the question bank. The essential question bank thing and whatever you require at end is all that is required. I mean, medicine is not a topic that you study again and again, 100 times to actually remember. It is the soul that matters. If you have the soul of the topic in mind, that's what I have always tried to emphasize on. Then rest of the things are going to be just very easy, because it's not about knowing everything. It's about eliminating and coming to success. I'm a person who believes in eliminating your way to success in the exam. That's why I always keep about talking about elimination, because the answer is right there in front of you. You just need to eliminate the 3 wrong options rather than find out the right answer, rather than finding out the right answer. So again, I'm telling you, if you're a person who watches random videos here and there, just organize that. Just have the notes, whatever you have written down, just keep it intact. Keep solving questions. Wherever you feel that you've not watched something, having no idea, please feel free to go to Medity, watch that, again come back, and then again continue with the notes. Please keep revising the notes, and that's more than enough. Now, apart from this, what I want to emphasize is, please do edition 6 revision videos, edition 6 MCQ videos, and of course the recall sessions which are there in YouTube. So those things are mandatory, because that has all the updates, that has all the questions which are from here, there. So this time around in MCQ, I have taken questions which nobody really discusses, which means it is neither anatomy nor micro nor medicine kind of questions. A question on ESR or a question on some lab parameter. So those kind of things also I've taken up and discussed. I've discussed all the clinically tough questions that have been asked in the last 2-3 years. I think that should be more than enough. If we have written the exam without any platform like this, without any preparatory phase like this, without anything for that matter, so I think this is so very easy. Please take it out of your system that you're not having enough time. 110 days is a lot of time. I mean, I think World War has not lasted for 110 days. It's lots and lots of time. So you basically don't have to be feeling that like I'm short on time, I'm short on confidence. It's a matter of you enjoying the process, as Rohan sir was saying, and even Mahendra Singh Dhoni has said the same thing. The process is what is important. It's not the eventual result. People who have enjoyed the process have more or less got the results that they wanted. I mean, that is how it has been every year. And I believe there have been a lot of students last year who, at this point, were neither here nor there, but after the exam got 3-digit ranks, which basically meant that they've done this process beautifully. So don't just think of the fact that, okay, so much of content is there to revise. It is your essential idea that you generate that matters. It is not at every single point, head to foot, nook and corner, like we study 9th standard chemistry. That is not the way. The exam is going to be haphazard and jumbled. So you should be in a position where you also read haphazard and jumbled. There is no harm in actually going from one topic to the other. You can switch and study, because the exam is like that. So please do it in that way. Always feel free to contact us also in case you are having some kind of a hiccup. And I'm always telling you, as far as medicine is concerned, it's like so many things on the platter for you. There are edition 5 videos, there are edition 6 videos, there is Med 80, there is revision edition 5, MCQ edition 5, revision edition 6, MCQ edition 6. In fact, it's like, I think 3-4 times a textbook, even if you combine all these things together. So anything you want, you can take, and everything is different. I think every topic you can see 3-4 sets, like one set to gastro, one set to gastro. It is like that way. So if whatever you have watched, you revise that, not done anything proper, and you're feeling that you're lagging again in that chapter, please go to Med 80 and finish it up in one go. Even if you have not studied anything, I'm telling you, in 18 days' time, you should be done. And if you've done something in 20 days' time, you should be easily done with respect to revision, and you will get the soul. If you get the soul of the topic, you can go for the exam and execute it to perfection. And medicine, I'm again and again telling you, is that one big subject which will make the difference. It's a make or break thing. Because surgery, I feel I can study now. I've got no surgical background except for MBBS, but I'm having the confidence that I can watch Rohan sir's videos and answer majority of the questions for the exam, even if I start watching now. Because of this reason that, okay, I can expect this pattern to come. So majority of the students actually score really well. If you look at the scores of majority of the students in surgery, it's actually very, very good. In medicine, you see some people score, some people don't score. That is the problem with the subject. You look at students going for the exam and look at their dermatology questions, score, everybody gets 100%. I have not seen a question which Malcolm Pinto has not discussed coming in dermatology for any of the papers. That is because of the nature of the subject. Okay, he's a great teacher, but it's the nature of the subject. But in medicine, it's not that way. Some people have great scores, some people have poor scores. That is the nature of the subject. So that's because every topic has a soul. If you figure out that soul, you will score. If you don't figure out that soul, you will again actually fall behind. So best wishes, and I hope every module that I have done, I have actually catered to that. Okay, so that's all that I have to say.
Okay, so few things before Sakshi ma'am talks about obs gynae, few things which I want to highlight. Number one, where is Med80 in your Marrow app? So
Yes.
when you open the Marrow app, you go to the settings, click on settings, which are those three bars on the top left-hand corner. Just click on that. You will see a button of your course. If you click on your course, you will get an option of Med80. So anyone who's a Plan C user gets access to Med80 as well. So that is how you approach, that is how you open up Med80. A lot of you are asking in the chat box. Two more questions, Dr. Rakesh, which are coming up. One, the most commonly which they are asking is where to do ECG from. They are finding it very difficult. So how to approach ECGs?
ECG, actually edition 5 already ECG is there in the app. Edition 6 ECG will be like it's uploaded now. The shoot, everything is over. All the tachybrady ECGs are already there in the app. ACS ECGs will be uploaded today or tomorrow maybe. All the ECGs are already there. I mean, some of the last two modules are in the post-production phase. Rest everything is there. I mean, you need not actually waste your time doing ECGs now. NEET exam, you may get 1 or 2 ECGs. Those important ECGs for NEET, I have already done with revision and MCQ. So please watch revision and MCQ. Please don't have to waste time doing ECGs. ECG is very interesting to learn, but not very interesting with respect to the exam. Because INI, you may get 2 questions, but for NEET, generally, they don't ask any ECGs. And if they ask also 1 or 2 questions, that is already there in revision and MCQ. And edition 6 ECG, we have actually finished the shoot. Almost, I think, 10 modules have been uploaded. Remaining 3 modules will be uploaded today or tomorrow. The shoot, everything is over. It's in the post-production phase, and 10 modules are already there in the app. You can see with edition 6.
Okay, the second question which people are asking is that they've done medicine now, how to revise it? Do they revise it system-wise, or do they revise it in an integrated fashion, or they go from one
Actually,
cardio?
there are 2 categories of students. Some extraordinarily good students that scored 2-digit, 3-digit ranks have integrated the whole system together. That means they have taken stomach, studied anatomy of stomach, physiology of stomach, surgical stomach, medicine stomach, and they have actually studied that way. They've taken endocrine on the whole, studied reproductive endocrine from gynae, studied pediatric endocrine from pediatric, and then again medicine. So that is for the extremely good students who've actually gone beyond the bar. For the others, it is always system wise. It is chapter wise. Okay, I told you 3 major chapters, top high yielding chapters: nephro, endo, and of course hematology. In the mid, neuro and cardio, and the others remaining. You take a single chapter, see for what you have studied prima facie. Have you made notes or have you followed the notes? If that is the case, you read through the notes that you have made or underlined portion in the marrow note. And with that, you keep solving the questions, see for where your score is, and accordingly push on. If you feel that you have no understanding per se, you can watch a meditative video. Otherwise, it is just about reading through that, because we have individual modules. In that module, when you think whether the ideas are coming to place, when those ideas are coming to place, then that is perfectly fine. It is not about studying everything 110 times, 120 times. It is just about identifying the module in the chapter, the starting off with nephrology. First module is development of the kidney. What do I know with respect to development of the kidney? Am I able to write down those 10 points and then see with my notes? If I'm not able to see, read through the notes. Again, bring it into system and note down the points. That's it. And keep solving the questions. I don't think it gets easier than this. It's not a tough ask. Absolutely not a tough ask. And I wouldn't agree with you also if you say it's tough.
Right. Sakshi ma'am, can you please elaborate on how students should go about revising obs and gynae from edition 6, please?
Yeah, many questions over here that they've done OBGY modules from edition 6 and now they are finding it difficult that how to revise them. See, you have done the major task. Major task was watching all the videos and making all the notes. And if you have watched all the videos, you would have realized that even if the bulk of the videos was increased, the duration of the videos was increased, but most of it was concept based. So you already know so much about OBGY. The only thing is that you have to, how are you going to effectively revise now? Now, for effective revision, if you have done everything from edition 6, there is no need to watch revision videos. You are not going to get anything extra in revision videos. But if you ask me about MCQ discussions, yes, definitely you have to watch edition 6 MCQ discussions. Now, although revision videos are not important for you people, but the notes, the PDF which we are referring to is very, very important, because it is this PDF which is going to help you in knowing how you are going to revise. See, this PDF of OBGY is from the revision videos, and I have done the task of making all the algorithms for you, making all the flowcharts for you in an easy manner. So you are going to take that as the base, as the first step. What you are going to do, you are going to take a printout of all the PDF, the entire PDF, keep it with you, and you are going to take it as your, the main notes which you are going to revise from now onwards for OBGY. Now, for example, I have written over here that suppose you are revising anemia in pregnancy. Now, anemia in pregnancy in your notes, in your videos is in two parts. Now, revising those two parts is going to be, a little, it's going to take time. So I don't want you to revise your notes just now. I want you to revise anemia in pregnancy from the revision notes. After you have done this much, you are going to get a clarity on what is important in anemia in pregnancy. Then go to your notes, quickly read over the notes, and anything which is not there in the revision PDF, you feel is important, just keep on writing those things in that PDF. Just make make this revision as crisp as possible, so that this, now if you are taking 15 to 20 days to revise OBGY, next time you are going to take only 5 to 7 days to revise OBGY. So this revision videos notes PDF is the most important thing which you are going to keep in your hand, and you are going to revise all topics from these notes. Number one. Once you've done this, so can I have the next slide, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Once you've done this, you should also note down these topics which you can leave from the notes. There is no need to revise these topics because you've understood these topics. So I don't want you to revise them from notes again. So again, your notes, your revision notes are now going to become crisp and crisp. So this is a topic list which I am going to share it with you on my Instagram handle also. The topics which you can leave from the main notes while you are revising. Then comes the third step, which is very important. And this is the reason why, sir, so many times, when the edition 6 videos were released, the students were like that I have basically increased the length and the duration of the videos of OBGY. And this is something which I want to tell all of you. Edition 6 videos, they are much more lengthier than edition 5. Number one, because of updates, and number two, because of some anticipated questions which I thought, looking at the previous trends, I thought this is going to be the next question which might come to you. And this is something which you've seen in your INI set now. In your INI set, there was a question on how DNC has to be done. So whether it is Dr. Rohan, whether it is me, both of us have included procedure videos also in this current edition, edition 6. So once you have revised those revision videos, notes, now you have to revise all the procedures which are included in edition 6. They are there in your notes. Just revise all those procedures quickly. These are the 7 procedures which you are going to revise: MTP, suction evacuation, dilatation, curettage, cesarean sections, basics of hysteroscopy, basics of laparoscopy, and hysterectomy. The instruments which are related to it and the steps which are related to it. So this is the second thing which you are going to do while you are revising. The third thing which you are going to do is you are going to go through the notes, and whatever images are present in the notes, just quickly revise all those images and highlight relevant points in the notes related to that images. So now is the time when you have to highlight your notes with a different colored marker, because this highlighted points are the ones which you are going to revise in the second revision. This is the strategy for your first revision, which I'm telling you. Then once you've done this much, then the next step which you are going to do, sir, can I have the next slide, please? Then you are going to watch MCQ discussions of edition 6, and you are going to watch previous year recalls on YouTube. Any extra point, any relevant point which you feel is not there in that revision notes PDF and you have still not mentioned it there, you are going to write all those important points in the revision notes PDFs. And then the last step which I want all of you to do is watch this video which is there on my YouTube, last minute important algorithms and updates from OBGY. So this is going to take care of the most important algorithms. This is going to take care of all the updates which I have to give you till now. This is how I want you to revise OBGY for the first time, and this is not going to take more than, even if you are giving 3 to 4 hours in a day, it is not going to take more than 15 days. Now, those category of students who have not done OBGY till date, for them, I would recommend that you go to the intern mode, watch all the videos which are there, important videos which are marked there, and the important MCQ discussions which are there. Some topics are in the form of MCQ discussions, some in the form of videos. So I would recommend that use intern mode and finish OBGY in another 15 to 20 days. To help all of you, I am also going to post a 30 days target for all of you to complete OBGY when you are giving only 3 hours in a day. That is going to be uploaded on my Instagram channel tomorrow. You can follow that. Just give 3 hours in a day. Watch 30 most important topic videos from edition 6. Make notes and your OBGY will be completed in 1 month. So that is what you have to do. And like Dr. Rakesh said, when he was talking and he was talking about, even if he started doing surgery from today, he is very confident that he will be able to answer all questions in surgery. That is how you have to be confident. Confidence is not a gene which you can inherit. Confidence is not even a skill set which you can acquire. Confidence is something which you have to find within yourself, and this is high time that you stop looking for external motivations and you get internally motivated to do well. There was a question which was repeatedly coming in the comment box that how should I avoid frustration? How should I avoid distractions? So this is something which you will have to do. There is no technique to avoid frustration. There is no technique to avoid distraction except for keeping your phone on airplane mode. If you can do that, that's the best way. You should not be active on any social media, and you should designate a time. Even if you think that you have to watch Instagram because that is where the updates come, take a time, keep a set time assigned that this is the time which you are going to spend on social media, whether it is 30 minutes, whether it is 45 minutes, and be sure that it doesn't extend beyond that 30 to 45 minutes. And the very important point which Dr. Rohan also stressed was, please don't burn out. Don't overstretch yourself at this point of time. It is important that you focus. It is important that you go in a planned manner, but then it is also very important that you take some time off in a day. Whether it is 30 minutes, whether it is 45 minutes, take those 30-45 minutes break. And during that break, please don't be in front of in the social media. Don't get to the social media, because that is something which is going to make you lose your confidence because of the FOMO feeling which you are going to get, that someone is doing this, someone is doing that. So in that 30 to 45 minutes, just listen to soft music, just relax, or maybe hit the gym, or maybe have a walk, but give that 30 to 45 minutes to yourself each day.
Right. Over to surgery now, and how to do surgery revision if you have watched edition 6 videos. So if you watched edition 6 videos, I would still recommend you that you watch the revision videos, because how I have made my surgery revision videos, it is just the high yield topics which are there. The entire high yield topic is going to be there. You will even understand the concept. So just watch the revision videos. It is 9 to 10 hours. If you watch it at 1.5x also, you can easily finish it in a day and a half. Okay. You need to revise your notes. Now, you might find the edition 6 notes bulkier as compared to edition 5, because they are more descriptive notes as compared to edition 5, which were more in a tabular fashion and more in a flowchart manner. So if you find them bulky, you just see the revision notes PDF. Again, I'm telling you, the existing Plan C users, check your registered email ID. You would have got the revision PDF link there. Okay. If you have not got it, please contact support, or you will be getting it soon. Check the spam folder if you have not got it. Everyone has been emailed the revision PDF, revision notes PDF. Okay. So revision videos, I told you, can be finished in a day and a half. MCQ discussion videos can be finished in a day and a half. So that is 3 days you require. If you just do PYQs, if you do custom modules in surgery of PYQs, that is another 1 day. So effectively in 4 to 5 days, you can finish entire surgery revision. Trust me, it is not going to take anything more than this. The second revision, this was the first revision. This I'm talking about those students who've already watched edition 6 videos. The second revision, you just see the highlighted portion of the notes, MCQ discussion videos and PYQs. Surgery should not take more than 2 days. Okay, second revision should not take more than 2 days. Now, a lot of you have watched my edition 4 and edition 5 videos. So whenever I am introducing a new edition, I do try to incorporate the new things, but the changes are never more than 15% or so. Okay. Now, if you watch edition 4 and edition 5, please don't be scared. You just need to watch the edition 6 revision and the MCQ discussion videos. Like I said, both of them can easily be finished in 3 days. I'm not asking for more time. Trust me, you can finish them in 3 days. So open your edition 4 or edition 5 notes, watch the MCQ discussion and the revision videos. You will be able to finish it in 3 days, add the extra points. When you do the MCQ discussion videos, you will realize that I've already covered 4 years of PYQs in the MCQ discussion videos, right? So your PYQ quota questions, the previous year question quota will also be covered when you watch these videos. So if you've done edition 4, edition 5, just 4 to 5 days of additional investment in surgery and your surgery is done for the NEET PG exam. Those who've not done surgery till now, if you just do edition 6 revision and MCQ discussion videos, this would cover up around 65 to 70% of your surgery. Okay, just the revision and the MCQ discussion video. So 3 days would cover up 65% of your surgery. If you club it with your Q bank, you can take it to almost 85 to 90%, right? Or you can do the intern mode where relevant videos have been removed. I mean, where relevant Q bank modules have been added in place of videos. So again, total time of 5 to 6 days, right? And again, I know medicine and obs gynae are bulky, right? Both ma'am and Dr. Rakesh said that 15 days or 18 days is what they would require. But surgery, I'm telling you, 6 to 7 days are more than enough to get at least 20 questions correct. So you have to look at the time which you're investing and the return which you're getting. So don't defer surgery till the end. Do it now. You can easily revise it as well. 2 to 3 days is all you require for revision later on. And when you have to revise, you just have to either watch the revision and the MCQ discussion videos again, or just read the notes of the revision video PDF. That's all. There are some last minute videos on my YouTube channel, like Sakshi ma'am's YouTube channel. There was a video which I posted prior to INI CET, the important images. I'm going to post another follow-up video there. Please watch that video. It is going to be 40 minutes video, but a lot of images which would be helpful for the exam. Okay. So just to summarize, if you've not done surgery till now, please don't be scared. All I'm asking is 6 to 7 days and you're done with surgery. Okay. What to do in the last month in surgery? Brush through your notes. PYQs 5 years at least. If you can't, if you're having difficulty finding them, just watch the MCQ discussion videos of edition 6 and that would be taken care of. Images, I've told you, YouTube session, my channel YouTube session, please watch that. Pearls, there are certain pearls in surgery which are extremely important. So those pearls you can easily find out using the schema or the previous year questions. Any pearl related to that, please just go through that once or twice. All this will not take more than 2 days. So that's regarding surgery. If you have any questions, particularly regarding surgery, please put them in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them.
Dr.
Okay.
Rohan, meanwhile, can I take up the questions which they have asked related to OBGY in the chat box?
Yes, ma'am, please. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so students are asking me about all those who've done edition 4 and edition 5 OBGY. For all of you also, it's the same thing. What you are going to do is you are going to take those PDFs of revision notes. You are going to revise your notes. You are going to revise because edition 4 and edition 5 notes were very crisp. You are going to revise your notes. You are going to revise the revision notes PDF, watch the revision videos, do the revision notes PDF. And as I mentioned, there is a session which I have taken on updates and on important algorithms on my YouTube. You are going to do that along with MCQ discussions, along with the procedure videos which I have told you just now, that the 8 procedure videos which I told you, this is going to be more than enough for you. Now, there are few topics which still, even if you've done this much, I recommend that you watch them from the main edition 6 videos. Number 1 is PIH. This is something which all of you are going to watch from edition 6. Number 2 is cancer cervix. So cancer cervix, PIH, PCOS, and antepartum hemorrhage. These 4 topics you are going to watch from edition 6 videos if you have done OBGY from edition 4 and 5, along with revision videos of edition 6, along with MCQ discussions and the YouTube session which I have taken already. So this is going to sort out or for you entire obs and gynae. Most of it will be covered if you do this much.
So you're asking about the important topics in surgery in order of importance. Again, I can't list them in order of importance. So most of those are covered in the revision videos and the MCQ discussion videos. If you still want a list of that, it's there on my Instagram handle. I'll post it again. You can check my Instagram handle, Left-Handed Surgeon. It's there. It's also there in the YouTube videos which I've covered on my channel, but I'll post it again. Right. Now, a lot of questions are coming regarding GTs, right?
GTs.
How frequently should we do grunt tests? So, Dr. Rakesh, what is your take on this?
So again, it depends upon like how much you prepared, right? So it depends on your preparatory phase. I feel if you are a person who is strongly preparing now, that means you have not done so much right now, just give an INI, you come to category B and C, I think this is not the time to do GTs. You have to be strongly studying. For the others who are in a particular zone, I've already come to a zone, I've done enough of videos, are actually in the revision phase. As it's been written there, it's ideal. Once in 15 days, 2 per month. I mean, maximum you can go to say 3 per month. And that is all that is required. Not have to be doing too much and not to be bothered too much about scores and not to be, going down with respect to your mental psyche because you're having a low score. Because the original exam cannot be simulated by anything for that matter. So I personally feel that category B and C students, please keep on studying as much as you can. Please keep on solving questions as much as you can. GTs you can probably think about in the second half of January onwards. But for the category A students, they have to be doing because they are right in the core, 2 or 3 per month maximum. That is, I think, more than what you can actually do. Now, as far as reviewing a GT is concerned, I think Rohan sir is a better person to answer. How you review a GT and how you get burned out after doing so many GTs and what happens to you when you get a low score, etc. I think he'll be able to answer better.
So, look, I'll tell you my strategy of revising a GT. And I used to do a lot of GTs or simulated tests when I was preparing for USMLE. So what I used to do was that any question which I got correct, and I knew that I knew the concept behind that question, I did not read the explanation for that. Okay. Any question which I got wrong because of a silly mistake of mine, where I knew the concept but I made a silly mistake, I did not read the explanation for that as well. I used to just mark that question but did not read the explanation. So I only read the explanations of those questions which I did not know at all, or the concept I had no clue about. Okay. By doing this, you will save time and you can finish your entire GT review that day itself. A lot of times I've seen that students will appear for the GT They think that they'll do the review the next day, but that next day never comes. So it's best that when you're fresh out of that GT, you review the GT then and there, but be selective in the questions where you're reading the explanations so that you can save time and you can be more efficient regarding that. Okay, that is my advice. Now, two types of students hit a plateau when giving GTs. One are toppers who are hitting a top plateau. That means, their rank or their score is plateau. Their rank is plateauing around top 500 all the time, not improving beyond 500 or not coming into top 100. So for them, my advice is that you need to do more updates. You need to do the latest concepts, the latest modalities, because those will be the differentiators. Now, a lot of you have been hearing so much of noise regarding PYQs, PYQs, PYQs. Yes, previous year questions are very, very, very important. Okay. But if everyone is doing previous year questions, what is going to be the differentiator? Right? Who will get a better rank? Who will get a slightly poorer rank? They will be those who revise better and those who focus on the updates, because those will be the deciding questions. So those who are plateauing in the top level, that is my advice to you. The other kind of students where the GT scores plateau out is either because lack of revision is there, or they are not focusing enough on their weak subjects. So whenever you do a GT, you will get an analysis there, and you should take that analysis seriously, and you should figure out which are your weak subjects and focus more on them. A common mistake which students do is they think that we leave the revision of these weak subjects till the end, but that end time never comes. And ultimately, those subjects go neglected. So don't make that mistake. You need to face your demons, you need to face those weak subjects. Once you do that, you will see that your GT scores have started improving. Sakshi ma'am, would you like to add anything to this?
No, sir, that was very rightly put that these are and especially the last 3 week subjects. Before you attempt a next GT, make sure that whatever subjects were your bottom 3 subjects, you revise them completely and then you go and appear for the next GT. So that is very important that, see, you will never be prepared 100% for a GT, but then at least you will be prepared in this manner that you are revising your weaker subjects and then you are giving your next GT.
Right. The other question which we've been repeatedly getting, and Dr. Rakesh, if you could elaborate on this, is how do Plan B users go about their revision? They don't have access to the revision videos and the MCQ discussion videos. So how should Plan B users revise?
So that's actually a very tough question, because if not actually watch the video, so probably having that connect is a little difficult. I would probably think that you have this material that you have done, right? Whatever material that you have done, you should obviously be reading that again, and previous year's questions and the recall videos. Okay, through previous year's questions and recall videos, we have done recall videos from 2020 May. So you can actually see lots of recall videos. Now 6 INI recall videos and 3 NEET recall videos. That would actually cater to a lot of the important topics, plus your highlighted bookmark questions that you have actually got with you to read that again and again. And because you've not watched any video, suddenly you come and watch a video means you'll not be getting the sync of it. To actually get into the sync of the subject with the faculty, you should have watched around 8 to 10 videos to understand the way he or she explains and the way he or she gets into the topic. So as far as a Plan B user is concerned, whatever is your primary source of preparation, whatever you have used as your primary source of preparation, that is what you have to be doing again and again. I really don't think you can come into the crux and again start as such as quickly as that. But in case you are planning to come to medicine and wanting to start, obviously I would want you to come and watch Medate. And in around 15-20 days time, you'll have good grip on medicine. So that's obviously something that I would want you to do if you can do that. Otherwise, you stick on to what you have studied already. So that is what I can tell you. See, whatever said and done, let me just tell you that in this exam, the heat of the exam, how much ever you try, you cannot answer a question that is one step above what you have studied. And very easily you will answer a question that is one step below what you have studied. What makes the difference is whether you are able to answer a question which is at the same level at which you have studied. And most of the time, we are not able to answer questions at the same level at which we have studied. So essentially, to be one step above is very, very important. Otherwise, because the exam is not a single subject exam, You're having questions from so many different subjects. You'll get a question in anatomy between a question surgery and anesthesia. So it is not easy. So at that point, to have one step above knowledge is very, very important. And people keep on saying that Marrow Times is a little tougher in comparison to the other platforms. That's exactly what Sakshi Madam was telling. If you're enlisting the steps of a surgery, obviously the volume will be a little more. You can again compare that to gynae ops itself. You just think of an antenatal female 30 years ago, 20 years ago. How many times did she see the obstetrician? She may have seen 2 or 3 times. You look at your own sister or maybe your own friend who is pregnant now. How many times does she see the obstetrician? Means she goes and sees maybe 10 times or 12 times inside 9 months. The 9 months time doesn't change, right? But the number of times you see, the number of investigations you do, everything is more. That primarily is because we know more, so we teach more. There was no uterine-aortic Doppler long back. Now there is a uterine-aortic Doppler, so everybody does that. So it is the same thing. Our understanding was also poor once upon a time. Now our understanding is also improving. The same person, me, who has taken edition 4 has taken edition 6. But from edition 4 to edition 6, my knowledge has also improved. So essentially that will reflect in the video also. I did not know this much of that topic that time. It is not like we are encyclopedia or anything. At a point we know something. Obviously with time our understanding also improves. And with understanding improvement, the elaboration part will be a little bit more. So you just take it in a positive stride. And as I always believe, see, I have no opportunity now to study gynec or surgery. My knowledge in surgery and gynec ended with my internship. Okay, so that was the last time that I had some kind of a confrontation with that subject. So you may become an ophthalmologist tomorrow, but this is your last opportunity in life to study medicine, surgery, or gynec. But you will be cutting across these subjects at so many different points in time. From your parents to your siblings to relatives, you will have to cut across. We cannot be a doctor without knowing something in surgery. It will come across. Whether you are a gynecologist or whether you are a nephrologist or cardiologist, it will come across. And your knowledge is ending at this point. If you don't become a surgeon, there is no more surgery in your life. So that means that this is a platform that is just helping you to overall elevate yourself and be confident about each of these subjects, at least 10%, 10%, 10%. Because after this, we will not study any subject. We'll just study one single subject. So please use it in that way and feel positive for the opportunity that we have right now to study all these things, and that is from such good teachers.
Sir, I would just like to add here for Plan B users. There are few things which you are going to keep in mind. Number one, you are not going to have this feeling of FOMO, that others are watching videos, others have access to videos, so their knowledge is going to be much better than yours. We had a topper last year, if you remember, Dr. Rakesh, who was a Plan B user. He had done only MCQs, only the Q bank, and he got a very good score from it. Number one. Number two, you have already bookmarked your questions. So your revision strategy is going to be, you are going to revise those bookmarked questions. Those bookmarked questions, explanations, you are going to read them properly. And from now onwards, you are also going to come into this habit of reading pearls if you have not done till now. I think Plan B users also have access to pearls. Yes, Dr. Rohan, they have the access?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
that is what I was also about to make a point. Yes.
Yes. So Plan B users, you are going to use pearls. Also from this point of time, you are going to read the pearls, you are going to bookmark those pearls, and that is what your 20th notebook is going to be like, those pearls. Third important thing is, not only the previous year questions are important, but previous year topics are very important. Most of the times questions are asked from only those high yielding topics. That is what you have to remember. Very rarely are you going to get a question on a rare topic. So you have to focus mainly on the high yielding topics which were asked in previous year questions. So I don't want you now to watch videos of those topics, but whatever your primary source was, whatever textbook you were referring to during your undergraduate time, that particular topic, you are going to revise from that, along with the MCQs which you have already done, the explanations which are already there. To please focus on previous year topics and not just previous year questions. Along with that, if there are any update sessions which are there on YouTube to which you already have an access, watch those update videos. They are very, very important. That is how you are going to remain updated. You also have access to the updates. Marrow updates is a second thing which you can make use of very effectively. So you are going to, this is how you are going to revise your bookmarked questions, your previous year topics, pearls and updates. That is how you are going to look at. This is your, primary source going to be. At this point of time, we don't recommend that you change from plan B to plan C. Stick to plan B. Have faith that whatever you've done is best. And we have, students who have been from plan B who've got selected. So not to worry, you will do really well, even if you are a plan B student, because Marrow Q Bank is very, very nicely designed. It has questions which are there from basic to questions which are there till advanced. So even if you've done Q Bank, that's absolutely fine. So we also had, sorry, sir. So they were also asking about what is a good GT score.
Ma'am, rather than chasing a score, I would
Yes.
look at the graph of improvement. That is more important for me, rather than chasing a score or a value, because every GT, the level of difficulty might be different. So their rank, their percentile, their improvement in their weak subjects, those would be the three parameters which I would chase if I was appearing for GTs regularly.
Nice, sir. So there was a query that one of the students has said that I'm just forgetting whatever I'm reading.
So that's a very common thing. I think so. The only way to get over that is to do revision. And, all of us have gone through that phase where we used to have that feeling. So whenever I used to get that feeling when I was preparing, I used to start doing questions randomly. So nowadays, of course, at that time we didn't have Marrow, but now you have the option of a custom module. So whenever you feel that way, just make a custom module of moderate difficulty and start solving the questions. If you're getting more than 60 to 70% correct, that means you know the concepts. They are there in the back of your mind. It's just that you are getting that feeling that you don't remember it. Okay.
So I think most of the questions after this in the chat box are very repetitive questions.
Again, I would just like to highlight, a lot of students are asking that, edition 4, edition 5, you've done surgery. Please don't be disturbed. Just watch the revision videos and MCQ discussion videos of edition 6 and all your updates would be covered up. You rely on your previous notes, just add additional points to that and do the bookmarked MCQs and the PYQs. That is it, nothing else. Don't be worried if you've done edition 4 or edition 5. Don't be concerned about that. This is all you need to do in surgery in edition 6 to make up for the updates. Okay. How to study during internship? Sakshi ma'am, your views regarding that? A lot of students are asking that they're doing their internship and they'll be appearing for the NEET PG exam.
Right. For the such students, sir, I would recommend that at least these three major subjects, the clinical subjects, OBGY, surgery, medicine, and along with that, pediatrics, pathology, community medicine. These are the subjects where your main focus should be, and you should be either using intern mode. That is what we recommend to such students, that you use intern mode for watching videos of these subjects, because I'm sure by now you would have watched some of the videos and you have a lot of practical knowledge if you are seeing patients. So for you people, it won't be difficult if you are sparing at least 5 to 6 hours. Your duties are from 9 to 5. So at least 6 hours in a day you can take out, and on your off days, you can take out at least 8 hours in a day, which means in a week you have 44 hours. And as sir said, surgery, you can do it in hardly 4 to 5 days. Rakesh sir said that if you are giving 44 hours in a week, you can do surgery, sir, in 80 hours. Med 80 is 80 hours.
Yes, 8 years.
80 hours. And same for OBGY. If you are doing it through intern mode, you can complete it in 60 to 70 hours. You can complete OBGY, which means these three major subjects you can still complete through intern mode if you are, and that is why the name is there, the intern mode. This is for you people, those who are doing their internships. So you are going to take use of intern mode for these subjects, and for rest of the subjects like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, watch the revision videos and the MCQ discussions. But our subjects, along with pediatrics, along with pathology and community medicine, this is something which you have to go through the intern mode and try to finish all this by January mid, so that your this much is at least complete by mid of Jan, and then you can start your revision. Anything else which you would like to add, Dr. Rohan?
So I think so. We've already discussed how to revise the Q bank. We've already, Dr. Rakesh has covered in depth regarding Plan B users, how they should go about their revision as well. A few more questions which have come up is how to overcome procrastination. So my simple advice is that surround yourself with positive people. And trust me, these last 2-3 months are very important. We get a lot of messages that students are going into depression. They are getting suicidal tendencies. All those kind of messages just peak a few months before the exam. So please surround yourself with positive people, your core group of friends, your family members. Don't hesitate in asking for help. Okay, nobody will think that you're inferior if you're asking for help. So if you're suffering, please ask for help from your seniors, your colleagues, your family. If you are facing features of burnout, please take a few days off. Right, all of us have experienced burnouts during our MBBS, during preparation days. My way of dealing it was that I used to take 2 days completely off. Right, play cricket, watch movies. On the third day I used to be so anxious and nervous that I wasted 2 days, that my focus was back to studies. Right, so that was my way of dealing it, but I'm sure there are hundreds of ways of dealing with it. But one thing which I always used to do was that if I was feeling low, I used to talk to my seniors, my mentors, and my family members. So we are all a message away on social media. Please, if you have any queries, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you out. Rakesh sir, they are looking for some motivation from your side. They are saying that they did not perform well in the INI CET exam. How should they muster up the courage again to prepare for the next 3.5 months?
See, if Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma have the courage to again go and play, then what is that you have to worry? We have been battered by England so badly, and we still have the courage to go and play again. So there is nothing that is begging us back. You just leave it. That is another exam, another game. This is another exam, another game. We are just constantly on the move. What you should never forget is this exam is not like a civil service exam where you write the exam, pass, and you become a civil service officer after training. This is an exam where you are actually getting first rank and becoming the lowermost person in the tier system. Who is the lowermost person in the tier system? The first year PG. A first year PG and the intern are the lowermost people. And you are again going to be ranked. You are again going to have toxic departments. You are again going to have issues. So all those points in time, if you start going down, every day in your life will be going down. So there is obviously nothing like that. You just think of a batsman who's going out and playing at Perth. You'll feel a lot of bounces. You'll not be able to face the ball properly. You'll be hit on the helmet. You'll be hit on the guard. You just forget now. Every ball is a new ball. Whoever is bowling to you, if it's a bad ball, you hit the boundary. If it's a good ball, you will leave. And if it's a very good ball, you get out. So that's it. There is nothing more that we can do with respect to this. And try and have a very simple thought, which I had during the entrance exam, that we have so many subjects to choose from here. Like so many subjects are there. If I get rank 1, I will take this subject. If I get rank 1,000, I'll take this subject. If I get rank 5,000, I'll take this subject. There is no way that you cannot get any subject and you get completely bowled out after studying so much. And every subject is good. It just depends on how we are doing it. You are assuming yourself that you want to become a pediatrician. Who told you are going to become a great pediatrician? Nobody told you. You are just assuming it yourself. Many of us have not worked anywhere to have a solid understanding as to what you are really good at. It is a feeling that you have that I want to become physician, I want to become gynecologist, I want to become surgeon. So that's okay. If you get a good rank, you take that. If you don't get that, you take the next one. And you just keep it very open so that you don't have to take up so much of stress. I mean, you are all taking this much of stress as if like this is some extraordinarily great thing. I mean, please don't think like that. This is just another exam. You write different exams at different points in time. It's just another exam. If you do really well, you have the option to study somewhere. Otherwise, you'll study somewhere else. Just keep your options wide open and don't be bogged down by these kind of small things. There are bigger things to worry about, and you'll automatically face those bigger things as you grow older. I think that is what I have to say. I feel this is not worthy enough to be actually, see, disproportionately enlarged or disproportionate emotions are what I feel many of you are showing. There is absolutely no reason for that. You basically have to just take it in its stride, no? Just as I was talking about. We can, if we can, we can. That's it. And I am a person who, see, hard work is all very important. I am a person who very strongly believes in natural ability. So each one has his or her own natural ability that will also reflect in the exam, plus hard work, plus luck, plus so many factors. So we will do what is in our hands and we just go and face the exam. Whatever is the result, we will have to just take it. And understanding that there are so many seats, so many subjects, each subject gives us the opportunity to become a superstar. You have actually seen that, no? So many faculties are there in Marrow. And you can see that each one has taken their own subject and become really great. Okay, so it's not mandatory that you have to study one particular subject. So you can see Rebecca madam, you can see Sakshi madam also. Rebecca madam has studied biochemistry, Sakshi madam has studied obstetrics and gynecology. They're completely two different subjects. There's nothing in common. But if you think that, okay, I have to do this only and then you don't take the other subject, then you are again picking yourself down. I'm seeing most of the students have only 2 or 3 options: radiology, surgery, medicine, or radiology, pediatrics, gynecology. You can't live like that. You get that, you take it. Otherwise, you go for your next option. And just keep those things wide open so that you don't feel any stress per se. And consider it as just another exam and go and give your best. That is it. So many people are writing the exam. So many things will actually change around. Okay, so hopefully the pendulum of fortune will swing in our favor. We can just hope that way and go and give the exam. I'm very poor at motivating people. So essentially, I don't have any particular idea about how to motivate. But this is what I understand about the exam as such. And I think you are giving disproportionate emotions, which are not required. Okay, and if you feel very low, you can call and you can even come here also. And Kerala is a wonderful place to come. There's a lot of rains now, a lot of green, a lot of water. So if you want, you can come and stay here and also you can go. Okay, so that is also there. So anytime, any help, you please feel free to contact. Okay, always ready to help you.
Right. So a lot of you are asking which are the subjects which can be covered only using revision videos, MCQ discussion videos, and QBank. If you haven't started now, these are the lists of these are the subjects which you can do just by these 3 methods if you've not done these subjects till now. Okay. For the other subjects, if you've not done anything, we would recommend intern mode. That is our recommendation. That is what you should do. Okay. Retrograde method of study is fine. The best way to test retrograde method is that when you appear for the QBank, if you're getting more than 65 to 70% questions correct, not percentile, percent questions correct, that means you understand the concept. If you're getting less than that, you need to go back to the notes and the videos and then revise the concept. That is how you follow with the retrograde method. Yes, FMG exam has been postponed to 20th January. There will be a separate session for FMG. We are not catering to FMG or next PG right now. Okay. So I think so we've covered all the questions. There's one question regarding videos on emergencies. So everyone has covered emergencies in their own subjects. I've covered trauma. Sakshi ma'am has covered OBGYN emergencies. Dr. Rakesh has covered medical emergencies. So there are no separate videos. They are a part of our main videos and the revision videos only.
But sir, I feel that emergencies are very important, whether you are writing NEET or whether you are writing INI CET. Emergencies is the in thing these days. So as far as OBGY is concerned, obstetrical emergencies like amniotic fluid embolism, uterine inversion, postpartum shock, cord prolapse, shoulder dystocia. These are 5 topics which you have to do in emergencies, and they have been covered in your edition 6 videos. They were also covered in edition 5 videos, but I recommend that in emergencies, the protocols keep on changing. So you watch them from edition 6, the obstetrical emergencies.
Right. Ma'am clearly said that emergencies are important, and so please go through those videos. Even trauma and burns are frequently asked in INI CET and NEET PG as well. They've been covered in the surgery videos. Right. So I think so we've addressed all the questions which you people had for us. And I would just like to end by saying that keep on going, and there are chances that you will stumble upon something. Perhaps when you're least expecting it. I've never heard of somebody stumbling on something sitting down. So you need to keep walking, you need to keep running, and please, now is the time that you need to get up, and it needs to be a fast run, a sprint towards the end. Please don't look on the sides. Please don't focus on what other people are doing. Always understand that when you listen to these topper interviews or when you listen to seniors who've got a rank, everyone would have had a different plan, right? So there are 100 ways to success. You need to carve out one way for yourself. You shouldn't be bothered about what others are doing or how they are carving out their own way. Don't waste time in that. Choose your path and start walking on that path. Okay. Don't give up now. 3.5 months, 115 days are sufficient to qualify for the exam and get a decent rank as well, provided you believe in yourself, you're methodical, and you put in the hard work. Any last words, ma'am and sir?
Over here, sir, I'm seeing in a chat box a very interesting question. We have a user who is mom of an infant, right? So she's asking any plan for moms of infant. See, we have seen so many success stories, so many people who have, made a comeback after a long gap. And always, comeback is much more stronger than a setback. So it's okay, even if you are taking this exam after a gap of 5 6 years. In my morning, in Instagram, there was a question that there is a female who has taken a gap of 7 years and now she wants to begin again. So it's absolutely fine if you are starting fresh. These 3 months are enough for you people also. For you, the best thing would be, even if you can't do the intern mode, at least do all the entire Q bank, do the revision videos and do the MCQ discussion videos along with previous year questions. It might not be possible for you to concentrate on watching videos just now and reading notes with an infant. So just do Q bank, entire Q bank, maximum what you can do, MCQ discussion videos and revision videos. And the last word would be that just set your goals every day, crush them and then repeat. Make a new goal for the next day and then try to accomplish that goal. That is what you have to do. Make, your big goal has to be divided into small goals. And every day you have to accomplish that one goal which you have set for yourself for that particular day. And all of you are going to do really well.
Rakesh, sir, any final
Yeah,
thoughts?
so I mean, if you look at the vast number of students who succeed in this exam, more than people who have actually invested a lot of time, we can see people who invest very little time and have become extraordinarily successful. And majority of the students who crack the exam are doing it in their second attempt. Few of them first attempt and only very few afterwards, which means time is not a major delimiting factor. It's essentially the technique that matters the most. And I think all of us have guided you enough with respect to the technique. So please see to it that your technique is correct and keep discussing with your friends. And as sir was saying, like, try to surround yourself with people very positive so that you can actually talk to them and discuss again with your friends with respect to the topics and ensure that your understanding is right on the button. There is lots of time. Now, many people feel that we are actually into the last phase, and it's lots of time. 110 days is lots and lots of time. There are going to be so many people who are going to come into the race now. Not studied much till now, but will actually come into the race and walk away with the honors. So please hold on and start and study very consistently. And whatever you study towards the end, you're very likely to remember it for the exam. So please keep pushing on as hard as you can and not overburn yourself, obviously, but just try to push consistently towards the exam. And small blemishes in between are perfectly okay. Unable to study 2 or 3 days doesn't really matter. Just push on as much as you can and try and stay as positive as possible.
So a few final points. Integrated videos in edition 5. If you get the time, if you have the time, you watch them. Otherwise, they are not a must watch at this stage of your preparation. Everyone has covered those individual things in their videos as well. And please, right now, I just saw a notification on my Instagram that a trend has started that NEET PG will also get postponed because FMG has got postponed. Please don't believe in such rumors, right? Don't rely on the exam getting postponed and you getting more time. Start studying, get up and start studying. If there is a postponement, it is good for you because you'll have more time to revise. But don't bank on that postponement and don't study with that postponement in mind. Have a positive mindset and think that the exam is going to be in March only.
Right.
So,
I think, so we've covered everything.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
almost everything.
Right. All right. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you, Sakshi ma'am, and thank you, Rakesh sir, for taking out time and helping out the students. All the very best, and we'll see you all on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.